Hello, 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 and good morning, loves. Happy Sunday, and more importantly, to those of you who are, happy Mother's Day. It has been a week. There's been a lot of trying to, sorry, we lost a little bit of connection there, trying to reopen slowly but surely. And I wonder if we're ready, to be honest. Now, where I live, people have been really responsible, really thoughtful, for the most part, really considerate of the community at large. It's shocking to me to hear people saying, I'm not going to, social distance because I'm fine. It's not just about you. So let's talk about the turmoil that's been going on and the turmoil that's coming. Because here's what I know, and I know this from, unfortunately, from experience, but also from doing a lot of coaching and a lot of learning. The trauma that we have experienced here, and it's funny that a lot of people say to me, I'm not really that traumatized, I'm okay. Yeah, okay, good, yay. But here's where it's a thread, right? Like, we think of trauma as an event, as a big, giant, dump on us event that we work through. And this isn't that kind. This has been months of worry, confusion, unknowns, changes, rapid, unexpected in some ways, changes that we just have never navigated before. Just the staying home alone, some of us working from home. We've never done that before. We don't know how it works. We're figuring it all out. So along with not knowing, which is a huge, enormous stress for a lot of people. There's that old saying, human beings are incredibly adaptable and they can adapt to anything except constant change. And that's kind of what we're experiencing right now. As we learn, and hey Marley, nice to see you too, sweetheart. As we move through all this social distancing and this, the economy's being closed, there is real trauma, and it's not just, the sickness. There's fear, and there's stress, and there's loss of job, and there's worry about what's coming next. And that's the part I want to talk to you about today. Because I'll tell you, I was watching our government has a little daily show too, and I was watching part of that, and my immediate response was, oh my God, no. Like, I just figured this out, and you're going to change it on me again? And I got really, really stressed out, right? But here's the thing, that underlying tension and stress has been there all the time. That's chronic stress. Chronic stress is the killer we need to be aware of, and it will kill you. It will make you sick, it will make you a little crazy, it will trigger depression, it will trigger eating problems, it can trigger physical ailments. This kind of chronic stress that we as a society have been experiencing as of late is incredible. It has been so overwhelming, and a lot of people are not sure how to address it because most of us don't deal with chronic stress for an extended period of time regularly. I mean, it's just not something that we do, right? We navigate and we change things and we move through them, or we learn to deal with them. And this is not something that we can just learn to deal with because it's constantly evolving. Now, I know most countries that have dealt with this reasonably well are starting to think about reopening. I've heard the people who are screaming and yelling about reopening. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about those of us who want to do this in a scientific, measured, mindful way. It's still an incredible amount of unknowns. And that alone can have that thread of stress running through everything that we do. And it can weigh on us. It can affect our sleep without us really knowing why. It can affect our irritability, I'm going to say it, I swear, irritability level without us knowing why. it can make us want to snack more without us knowing why, because we're trying to fill up a void. We're trying to feel better and solve the issue that we haven't looked at yet. So I want to bring this into your awareness because there are things you can do to bring that stress level down, right? Now, can you eliminate it? No, you can't, but you can manage it, right? Until we are well and through this in a couple of years, I really do think that this is something that's going to affect our society as a whole for a couple of years. It's going to take us a while to wind our way through this, even after, we get a vaccine or we deal with it in whatever way that it unfolds. It has affected our psyches. It has affected our energy levels. It has affected how we interact with each other. And this is huge. And I'm not saying this to freak you out even more. I really promise you, I want to bring it into your awareness, because a lot of us are kind of just going day by day, moment by moment, doing the best we can, which is all we can do. But when you bring something like this into your awareness, you can do better. So what kinds of things can you do? Meditation. I'm telling you, I don't know how I would have gotten through this without having practiced that already. But also, I have a few apps that I use because I'll be honest, I'm not that great at meditation. I do it. I love it. I find benefit in it. But it takes your focus out for a little bit and brings it into this moment. There are, routines. Routines are huge because it's a constant. With so many unknowns, having a constant and a knowing. You may not know what's happening next week, but tomorrow you're going to get up and do this, 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 and this, right? And then the next day you're going to do this, 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 and this. There's routine, there's constant, there's some knowing, and that brings a sense of relief and peace to us. It really does. Our brains need that. That is how we have survived for so many millennia as a species. The other thing you can do, exercise. You want to know why? Not just because you'll look better, but you'll feel better. Here's why you feel better. Not only do you release endorphins when you exercise that make you feel good, even though during it you may wish the ground would open you up and swallow you because it sucks. But you also release and get rid of the cortisol type stress hormones that your body has released because of this underlying stress. So you're taking the pile, like your body is like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap. And it's on this kind of low level, high alert all the time. And you are not made for that. Your body is not made for that, right? Those things, that high alert is made for holy crap moments and to get us through those, and then we can calm down. Well, chronic stress gets that high alert and kind of turns it down just a little bit, but you still have it on. And having that on button on all the time, oh my goodness, it's so detrimental. And it releases those hormones and things that we use to fight our way out of something or run away. It still releases those. And if we don't use them up, it builds, right? So exercise uses those up. So that helps us feel better. It helps our brains relax. It helps our body get rid of all that tension and stress, right? So exercise is another one. The other thing, and I've talked about this before, but I haven't talked about it for a while, is ritual. Ritual is a little different from routine. So ritual means just a very familiar ritual, going to church on Sunday, right? That's a ritual most of us are aware of. For others, ritual might be writing in a journal, right before you go to bed, a gratitude journal. That might be your ritual. It's a practice that you put in place to feed your spiritual self. Now, I do many different kinds of rituals, and whatever it is, it needs to be purposeful, meaning you're doing it on purpose, for the purpose of feeding your soul. Now, what that looks like to you can be a million different things, right? One of the things that I do is gardening, and I haven't been able to do that for like 2 years. And so I've been, you guys are going to laugh at me. So obviously the plant stores are closed, but the grocery stores are open and they have fresh cuttings, right? So I managed to score some parsley and I'm propagating it from the cuttings from the grocery store, and some rosemary. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if it'll work, but we're giving it a whirl. But this makes me happy, and it's a ritual that I can sort of do. I can't dig my hands in the dirt right now, but it provides something that feeds my soul. So that's, right, that's something that I can do and look after and nurture. Other rituals that I do, I meditate daily. I burn incense daily while I meditate, and that triggers a calming response for me. So those things are things that I do, but ritual are the things that feed your spiritual self. Okay? But even if you don't want to do a ritual, because maybe that feels weird to you, I want you to stop and think. What have you been doing during this time that fills you up, that relaxes you, that makes you feel better, that puts a smile on your face? What is it that you've been doing or have done that does that for you? So for me, I actually have the time to cook. And I've been cooking. And I've been also watching a lot of cooking shows. But it fulfills some needs for me, not just the eating part. Creativity. It fulfills that creative need to create something. It again it's a mindful practice. My mind is in that moment, so my alert button gets turned down quite a bit. Right, everything is fine in this moment, and I think I've taught you that that ritual before of the deep breathing. I am fine. In this moment, I am fine. I am safe. I am whole. And you can breathe through that sort of if you're starting to get that panicked feeling. But for me, cooking has been a great way to calm down and find some purpose and hit that creative button that means so much to me. For other people, getting lost in a novel, right? And then afterwards you feel relaxed. And again, it's that mindfulness, right? You're in it. So you don't have that underlying thread in your subconscious worrying. Your subconscious is too busy figuring out what's going on in the book. So there's a variety of things that you can do. I really want you to think about what it is that has sustained you. What it is that has made you feel good, fulfilled, happy, put a smile on your face. What is it? Then I want you to figure out, now go below that, because I just told you, I've been cooking a lot. But what's underneath that? What is it that's fulfilling? What need, value, why am I feeling good? Because that will sort of lead you to other things that might help you feel good. Okay? But I want you to sort of recognize that there are things that are still filling your soul, even during this time, and I want you to do more of those if you possibly can. The next couple of weeks, at least here, are going to be more upheaval, more change, more turmoil. We just can't help it. Nothing is going to just immediately go back to normal. We're not going to be able to go back exactly to the way things were in like January, right? Too much has happened. Too much has changed. And there's too much still that we don't know. So it's important that you take care of your physical health, your mental health, and your spiritual health. And it's important that you realize that at some point you have to do purposeful things to turn down or turn off that constant alarm button that your brain has turned on because it doesn't know how to handle what's happening, right? And it's okay. It's okay to turn the news off. It's okay to have a day where you say, you know what, I just can't. I need to take a break, and I'm going to do something mindless. Like I just took apart my storage closet, and I'm going through all these boxes of books and papers and crap, and it's very mindless. Doesn't take a lot of thought or a lot of planning, And it just kind of helped turn that stress volume down, right? And I felt productive, which also does help. So let me know, if you can, in the comments below, what have you done in the last, I hate saying couple months, but it really has been, if you can believe it, that has filled you up? Where can you do more of that kind of thing so that you are taking care of your spiritual self? So let me know in the comments below what it is that is working for you. I'll be interested to hear how many people are similar or have completely different things that are going on. It's hard to say. But meanwhile, again, happy Mother's Day to those of you who are celebrating that. And know that you can handle whatever this week throws at you. All right? And I will talk to you soon. Have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday. Mwah. Bye for now.